Welcome back. The budget allocation to education now constitutes more than 21% of government's total allocated expenditure for the 2012-2013 financial year. Of this, Higher Education and Training Minister Blade Nzimande's department receives 41.1 billion rands. Introducing his budget vote to Parliament yesterday, Minister Nzimande said universities will receive 20.9 billion rands, while 4.8 billion rands was allocated to further education and training colleges conditional grant.
Government remains committed to the progressive introduction of free education for the poor up to undergraduate level. This has already been introduced in FET colleges. I have now established a working group to conduct a study to determine the actual cost of introducing fee-free university education for the poor. The working group will report by the end of June 2012 on the costs and options to implement this commitment.
Dr. Nzimande said the enormous shortage of student residents and the rundown condition of much of what existed were being prioritized. 850 million rand had been specifically earmarked for universities to build and refurbish student residences, with the bulk of this being allocated to historically black institutions. Dr. Nzimande also announced a new initiative to help students who found it difficult to enroll at universities. Plans were also well underway for brand new universities in Mpumalanga and the Northern Cape.
I intend to establish a national information and application system. This will centralize applications so that students will not have to apply to multiple universities, each with its own application fees. The new system will also centralize national student financial aid scheme applications. I have appointed a project steering committee to advise me on this issue. I have received reports from the two task teams I appointed to investigate appropriate models for new universities in Mpumalanga and the Northern Cape. The project team has recommended sites to be seats of these universities. I'm pleased to say that. I plan to announce the seat of learning of each new institution in approximately 3 months' time, once the full assessments have been done and after consultation with the president and, no, in consultation, not after consultation with the president, in consultation with the president and other relevant stakeholders. I see the provincial secretary of the SACP in the Northern Cape is here, so this must be good news for him. I remain committed that the first intake of these two new universities will be at the start of the academic year 2014.
The minister said the further education colleges had shown a significant growth in student numbers. One of the principal reasons for this was the bursary amounting to 100% of fees for all those with a family income of under 122,000 rand per annum. A number of new FET colleges were in the pipeline. One area that had been identified as the weakest link in FET colleges was its financial management and human resource management capacity.
We are pleased to say that we have entered into a partnership with the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants to provide us with retired chartered accountants for a 2-year period to be appointed as chief financial officers in our FET colleges. My department has found that 6 of the 8 Eastern Cape FET colleges are dysfunctional. In response, we have commissioned JET Educational Services to undertake a college-by-college turnaround strategy. So we don't only do door-to-door in the ANC, we also do door-to-door, college-to-college in the Department of Higher Education and Training. Of central importance to the improvement of the colleges is the revision of their programs. I'm pleased to say we have completed a report to revise the NCV, as well also we will be revising and strengthening the N programs. During the course of this year, I will also introduce legislation to, amongst other things, establish a South African Institute for Vocational and Continuing Education, which will provide professional support to the colleges and possibly also to the seaters.
Mr. Motswane Malale of the ANC said it was true that higher education institutions could not cope with the growing number of successful matriculants. This situation was further compounded by a weak further education sector in terms of infrastructure, and capacity skills development was another area of priority.
There is an urgent need for intervening in terms of skills improvement and quality assurance in this sector to attract students. Our bold vision articulated in the Green Paper on the post-school education and training system for enrollment expansion in both the higher education and training and further education and training sector require an injection of massive resources for the upgrading and expansion of the existing infrastructure. We need a strong collaboration and investment by industry into the vocational sector in order to resolve the acute shortage of critical and scarce skills in the economy. This point cannot be overemphasized. There is a need for curriculum development which will encapsulate aspects of the green economy.
The DA Shadow Minister of Higher Education and Training, Dr. Anneli Lotritt, said higher education and training should equip South Africans with the knowledge and skills they needed to fulfill their true potential.
This is vital if we are to encourage economic growth and job creation and deliver opportunities for all South Africans. The higher education and training budget must be read in this vision and the proposals contained in the National Development Plan, keeping this in mind. They are important beacons to guide us towards the creation of a better, stronger system. However, this budget must also be read taking into account the realities of our present situation. It also has to be read in the context of skills shortages and a basic education system that leaves much to be desired, with learners ill-equipped to perform in higher education and training. In the light of this, the announcement of rands over the next 3 years for the refurbishment and building of new FET colleges is welcome news, Mr. Minister, and does indicate that these colleges are an important component of the higher education and training sector. This allocation will indeed contribute to alleviating the problems experienced by the colleges regarding spatial constraints and the greater demand and emphasis on access.
Dr. Lotritt emphasized, however, that greater access must lead to greater success. Infrastructure alone also did not guarantee quality teaching and learning. Poor results by students made it crucial to seriously look at the quality of trainers at these institutions. One of the ways in doing that is to reopen teachers' training colleges. Dr. Lotritt said government had made promises in this regard since 1989, but up to now, nothing had been done.
Again, in April 2012, we heard that this was going to happen, and today we heard it again. Mr. Minister, in the interest of the education of our children and future students, the South African people deserve a clear answer about if it is going to happen, is there a comprehensive plan and not only a few examples, and what is the specific time frame?
In tomorrow's program, we will listen to more inputs on the higher education and training budget vote and also bring you the minister's response to the debate. We have to go for a break, and when we return, we hear how President Jacob Zuma responds to a question on the monitoring of service delivery in municipalities and in the provinces. Stay with us.